and build a world of pride and power, proving that Africa can lead with its own strength. Legendary words spoken by a legend. In the heart of West Africa, among deserts and rugged landscapes, lies Burkina Faso, a small, landlocked country long overlooked on the global stage. For decades, this nation struggled with poverty, scarce resources, and a lack of basic services like electricity and clean water. Villagers lived in darkness once the sun set. But today, Burkina Faso is rewriting its story with an extraordinary $800 billion hydroelectric project that could transform not just the country, but the entire continent. This ambitious initiative, led by the visionary Captain Ibrahim Traore, is more than a plan for electricity. It's a declaration of independence and a blueprint for a brighter future. The world is watching in awe as this small nation dares to dream big, proving that Africa can shape its destiny with innovation and self-reliance. With its $800 billion price tag, this is one of the largest infrastructure projects ever undertaken anywhere in the world. Critics initially laughed at the idea, calling it impossible for Burkina Faso, a modest economy with a troubled past, to pull it off. But Captain Traoré believed in his country's rivers, its people, and its untapped strength. He saw a future built by Burkinabe hands. The plan? 11 massive dams along the Mohune River, connected to a smart grid that will deliver clean power to 15 West African countries. This is about more than lighting homes. It's about powering schools, hospitals, factories, and farms, giving millions the tools to succeed. Concrete is being poured, turbines installed, miles of cable laid. The dream is turning into reality, and Burkina Faso is rising as a new African leader. This project is more than infrastructure. It's a symbol of hope and defiance against old narratives of dependency and exploitation. For too long, Africa's resources were extracted by others, while its people struggled. Traoré's plan breaks that cycle. Instead of relying on Western powers, Burkina Faso partners with emerging economies like Cuba, Iran, and Brazil, forging its own path. This $800 billion project says Africa doesn't need saviors. It needs opportunity, infrastructure, and the chance to shine on its own terms. To understand how big this is, remember the past. Once called Upper Volta, Burkina Faso gained independence in 1960, but prosperity never came easy. Dry desert and savanna, unpredictable rainfall, and tough farming conditions forced millions into poverty. For most, electricity was a dream. Cities like Ouagadougou faced blackouts daily, and villages had none at all. People relied on candles, kerosene lamps, or firewood, dangerous, costly, and harmful to health and forests alike. Rural clinics struggled to keep medicines cold or run basic equipment. Surgeries sometimes happened by candlelight. Foreign aid often came with conditions, forcing the country to buy oil or equipment from others, keeping it dependent. In 2022, after a military coup, Captain Ibrahim Traoré rose to power. The people were frustrated and hungry for change. Traoré saw electricity as the key, not just for Burkina Faso, but for all of West Africa. Unlike past leaders who leaned on foreign aid, Traoré wanted to solve problems using Burkina Faso's own rivers, own people, own power. He looked at the Mohune River, flowing through rugged terrain, and saw not just water, but energy for generations. Instead of foreign companies doing everything, Traoré prioritized local workers, creating pride and ownership across the nation. Over 1.5 million people are already working on the project, earning incomes, learning trades, and supporting their families. Young people who once dreamed of leaving now stay, becoming engineers, technicians, and managers. This is a new Burkina Faso, where local hands build the future. Managers. This is a new Burkina Faso, where local hands build the future, not outsiders exploiting it. These dams are more than concrete and steel. They're powerful symbols of what Burkina Faso can achieve when its people stand together behind one vision. The smart grid will reach far beyond Burkina Faso's borders, spreading clean, reliable energy to 15 West African nations, turning darkness into light for millions. In homes, schools, and hospitals, electricity will no longer be a rare luxury, but a daily reality that saves lives and powers dreams. A trader can run an online business without fearing blackouts. A farmer can irrigate crops during the dry season. A child can read after sunset. The possibilities are endless. What was once a privilege for the few is becoming a right for all, a foundation for growth, innovation, and self-reliance. Parts of the grid are already live. In villages that once vanished into darkness at sunset, the lights are shining for the very first time. These dams are turning remote regions into an energy hub, attracting green technology firms that bring ideas, investment, and innovation. Already, they're calling the area around the dams the Silicon Valley of African energy, a place where bright minds develop Africa's next big solutions. Irrigation powered by the dams is turning dry, unpredictable fields into fertile farms that feed local families and export to global markets. As farmers and traders earn more, money circulates locally. Small shops open, schools expand, and clinics upgrade, building stronger communities. The impact doesn't stop at Burkina Faso's borders. Factories in Ghana run longer hours. Traders in Nigeria grow their businesses. Students in Mali get digital access. Once dismissed as impossible, this project now draws investors from around the world who want to be part of Africa's new energy story. When Traoré first announced his $800 billion dream, critics laughed. Today, those same skeptics are paying attention, and some are worried they'll be left behind. Burkina Faso is choosing new partners on its own terms, working with China, Russia, India, Cuba, Iran, and Brazil. Not just the old powers that once exploited its resources. One day, power lines from these dams could stretch under the Sahara to North Africa and Europe, making Burkina Faso a major player in the global energy market. Every watt of electricity, every contract signed, is a step away from old dependency, a new Africa charting its own destiny with pride. Countries like Niger, Togo, and Sierra Leone are watching, inspired to create their own big dreams, their own energy revolutions. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's $800 billion project is more than infrastructure. It's a promise that Africa's story will be written by Africans, for Africans. In 10 years, Burkina Faso will be unrecognizable, with fast trains, green cities, smart schools, and new industries, all powered by this vision. So as the turbines spin and the lights come on, remember, Africa's future is bright, and it's being built by Africans for Africans.